Sessions at Sunrise, a way to begin every morning. Most mornings, I'm up to see the sun. I'm used to thinking and feeling in words. Living in words, my world is living and the world is living me. I wonder what will animate me today or what will go away. I find myself in the realm of a hope dealer. I have no suit to put on, just learning to be me, not fancy, just a lot clearer. Am I doing all I can to preserve great leaders? Am I doing all I can to bring great parents to children and great leaders to organizations? I ask the emerging sunrise to release me from shunning the mystery. The world does not have to be beautiful to work, but it is. So let's meet it where it is, pay close attention to things, and see possibility. Welcome to Sessions at Sunrise. Power. What power do I have? What is power? Is power control? Is it control over something? Why are so many preoccupied with power? Do we have an unwanted belief that we are inadequate? Not enough? I often wonder if it's possible to even determine by any measure if we are enough or not enough. Really face it. Because there's so many other things other than ourselves that are interesting, potent, influential. There's so much going on around us that is moving in us, that's moving us. It's almost folly to consider we have any power at all. It's so honest to admit to ourselves that we are truly powerless over anything we might think we know, any future that we might predict, any individual. We may attempt to know. We may attempt to influence by control. We may attempt to predict the future, to address our fears. But really, we're just going around in circles. There's really no advancement on those things. The only place perhaps that we could go is to report what's true to ourselves, is to teach ourselves reality. And when we do, we develop a different intelligence. We develop an access to something, somewhere, a comprehension, an awareness, a way in which we meet the world and integrate the world. So I myself ask myself, if I am not preoccupied with power, having it, demonstrating it, assuming it, if that's irrelevant, then what's left? Well, I suppose possibilities. Because I have no power over possibilities, because possibility is life. Execution isn't everything. We often talk in business about getting everything done. It's about being in the doer, making sure that we tackle the things, the to-dos, the getting things done, being productive, moving from here to there and all that. And sure, there is a place for that. We set goals, we create them, we do things. We are human doings, but we're also human beings. We're all so busy. Busy doing what? What are we so busy about? I often wonder if the speed and the tempo of our life is rigged to protect us from depth. We're so busy trying not to be controlled by life, not to be controlled by something, not to be moved by something. We're so busy automatically unblocking our reception to revere other things than ourselves. We're unblocking that granting of power to our environment, to the outer design, that we really miss what there is to experience. When a gardener goes out to the garden and she plants in vigorous soil, a crop or a flower. There's nowhere to force the flower into becoming and blooming. There's no place for it. There's just respect. Respect for the natural way of the flower. So perhaps it's where we place our attention, or maybe where we place our perception, our perceiving from which we interact with the world. Maybe we place our perception on the flower itself and the processes that the flower is experiencing to grow and evolve as we observe it. Or perhaps we can be the flower. Perhaps we can extend ourselves outside of what we are, who we are, into the direct experience of the other. Maybe we can move beyond the divide there. Or perhaps we could connect with our wisdom, which is to connect with the whole of what's trying to happen, of how we connect to everything and what wants to emerge. But from whichever we place our perception, we do have a range to bear witness to power. Power that is emergent, power in the other, power in between, power in being moved, inspired, changed by life. What power am I? What power am I? I ask the cold, windy day what it has for me. Nothing, it says. But I love mystery, and so it is. All I can see is what brings me aware. To confront myself is to admit how powerless I really am, and yet I choose to create what I love. Even if the wind changes, I remain on course with this, yet I must be able to see where the drifting current marks my place to be. In every shadow and corner is some revelation in quiet conversation. Wherever I am and can say that I am that too. Perhaps in everything a little bit of me precipitates. To come forth from another place casts a new word on my next page. What power is it? Over there sits what looks back at me. Or perhaps it is me who is looking without me there. Just another place to be other than my own. I must tell it the truth for me to hear myself. What power are they? When their voice imbues mine, softly they lead me out. Respect, I say, respect. Nothing of this is to be reduced. What power is everything. Inside me there waits a cannon to shoot me out. To where I land, everything must know. Perhaps I'm already there. The future needs this all along. What power am I? The reference to the power of the it, that which is. We have a meeting with current reality without adding any meaning to it, without adding any interpretation, but we can meet it and stay there. And perhaps we move beyond ourselves to the other, to their voice. And in some profound way, we sense a greater depth in ourselves when we do this. We seem to leave us and find us in the circulation. And then we surrender. Yes, we surrender to what is here, to possibilities, to emergence, to serendipity and mystery. Yes, it's almost like the wind. The wind itself could talk. So I reflected on a piece that I wrote called What the Wind Tells Me. what the wind tells me. What the wind tells me, there is a place in the soul where neither time nor a creative thing can touch. This place has never been wounded nor impoverished. The inner sanctuary is kept alive by the winds, reminding me that life is art itself. Life is the unfoldment of discovery in a continuous order of mystery. The wind comes and then goes. Nothing of it is permanent. Hope must be a state of mind with one command: taking time for life remembers what is essential. And what the wind tells me, there is great need in everyone's life for a soul friend. Understood as you are, without mask or pretension. The wind blows without judgment or targeting. When you're almost about to lose, you step back. Sacred are the ones that hold me dear and see me. Go toward them in a different way. Awaken in each other with profound ability. What the wind tells me, the secret heart of time is possibility. What the wind tells me. We meet life. We meet it in its own conversation. It is a frontier. And what awaits us at the frontier, I often wonder if the self that I have, the one that I've been composing and occupying, can survive it. I don't think it can. It never can. Because every moment is a moment of death. What the wind really tells us is that everything is on its way in. Everything is waiting for us. We are at the edge of everything. The show is about to begin. We enter with a beginner's mind, whether we see that or not. We are wisely innocent forever, because we don't know what the future brings. We know it by walking. And there's great courage in this. Compassion, curiosity, wonder. But most importantly, is to realize the purpose of life is to live it. And I hope you do. I want to. So be ready for what's next. You will never know what's around the corner and just how great things can be. If you're suffering and you're depressed and you're wondering whether the future is going to change, just keep walking. Stay tuned. You have so much music in you to play. Life knows it. The future knows where you are. But you have to open your mind and your eyes to see the cracks, because they do shine, and they shine where you are. Do not unblock your reception. Don't close off to possibilities. Don't execute yourself. Don't cut yourself off from the stream of life, the juice of life. Thank you.